Alright, who's ready to get their detective on? There we go. I had my fan too high. Oh, I want to try this. Clip. Did it work? Clip that. Did it work? I don't think it worked. I have to go to my recordings folder. Doo-be-doo, doo-be-doo. That'll work because I have that as a command. I was trying to see if my voice command worked. Okay, today's the 14th. Something in the audio. Oh yeah, that's I think just a maybe Twitch command. Maybe I did set it up in streamer bot. I'm not sure. Yeah. But I have one on the back end that does it to my computer. Okay. I'm gonna have to play with the audio, the voice one. But literally just typing clip without the exclamation point and clip that also works, and it just saves to my computer. I got this locked in. Okay, gang. Alright, that was enough testing time to start out the stream. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing good. Yeah, I was going through clips before I started today. I have like stuff all the way back from April 6th, I think. So I was cleaning that up. EBs, I know, it's so cloudy here today. So I feel you. I feel you. But yes, let me go ahead and thank our members. Thank you, members. Weedy weedy woo woo woo. Isn't it nice to be off of website land for a little bit though? Or no, you're down for you're down for website land. You don't want to be on the other land. All right, thank you, members. Enjoy this beautiful sheet I made just for y'all. I love it. I love my members. Here we are. Beady boo boo. Buddy boo boo. Okay, we have to get back into our other investigation. Now we have 2 investigations going. We just got down to the docks, right? I think that's where we left off. Okay, fix our painting. I just want an achievement for fixing it every time. I got one for 10. Okay, what was I gonna look into? Maybe we need to talk to him. Go in here. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Not crispy. Look crispy. Okay. He can argue with me about it, I don't care. He's not my problem today. Yeah, I think that's neat. Hopefully, anyway. Okay. We picked up everything. I don't know if we need to give it to somebody. Let's go get the umbrella, too. I'm not entirely sure what all we'll need. Okay, y'all are busy. Okay. Alright. We have everything that I know of. Minus, like, the flowers. Look at the flowers. So, to the harbor. Hi! Oh my gosh, YouTube! YouTube, Bashty. That's us right now, Mr. Cavs. You're right. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna do the thing? Do it with a K. I think I have to add the alternate. Because it was supposed to be the typos on Mr. Krabs. There you go. Doctor? I mean, to what do I owe the honor of your presence? I can see you're somewhat anxious. I can suggest a treatment at my institution. No, thank you very much. By the way, did you consider my proposal? This is precisely the reason for my honorary presence. We can classify the situation as a classic IP. I beg your pardon, what does that mean? It is an irrefutable proposal. Well, there's no other option but accept it. So, do we have an agreement? Positive. I'll get one of the rooms ready for you. Interesting. I want to know what this dude's up to. He's always zip-zooming around. No, I can add an alternative, though. Because I can make Mr. Cabs work, too. Members only. Aww. It's the chocolate eclair, right? I just wanted you to see it. A cheese bread? You know you love a cheese bread. Okay. Alright. We'll figure it out. Is there anything in the trash? I think that what if there's a proof of membership in there? Yeah, I just wanted to know if you wanted to see it. Do you want cheese bread? Aw, they're laughing at you, the birds. Oh, he's going up. Okay, that's for that. Do you think we can prove our membership with that? Anything going on over here? No. Okay, let's go up. Alright. Tomorrow we have to get here earlier, I think. Yeah. That's what we needed to do. Okay. Oh, we have more to ask him. Okay, well, at least we get to do something while we're here. Tell me about you, Mr. Straw. What do you want to know about me, detective? As a busyness man, my time is precious. Time, detective, is money. Okay. Where were you at the time of Boss's murder? I heard he was killed at night, wasn't he? That's the case. I spent the entire night with my wife, Sophia Straw, in one of my many businesses, the Midnight Club. Speak to your wife, then. I'm sure she will prove your alibi. She's not too busy with her career, then yes, I'm sure she will. What do you do that's so valuable? Can you be more specific? And Kitty's like, listen, your hands go here, so I'm gonna lay here so you pet me. That's the goal. People like me excel at whatever they do, detective. I belong to a world of sharks and lions, and I am a shark lion, the most daring one of all. He's like a sharknado. What does that mean? I'm not sure I follow. Being a doer is what I'm known for. People know that when I start something, I finish it. Like this conversation. About the content of your letter to Rubio. You have absolutely no business here. You sound resentful. It sounds to me like we have a male thief at large. But I believe this is your job, isn't it? I'll tell you this. Everything in that letter is nothing but the honest concern of one friend for another. I see. So you must be a very trustworthy friend. Damn. Okay, oopsie. Is there anything new that happens down here? I swear I saw another... Hey, young man, could you tell me what you're carrying? I'm in a hurry, sir. Get out of my way. Okay, boo-hoo. Okay. Anything new over here? Let's hang out here tonight. Just get... Aha! Hello, ma'am. Hello, I'm having a rough day, so excuse me, please. Okay, so... Oh. Oh. Ugh. That would scare me. I hate when a bug crawls up on the desk out of nowhere. It's happened like one time, but I will forever think about it. I scream like a little baby. My dear cousin, I hope you're not carrying your consciousness in these suitcases because I think I might have broken my back. Do you really need to do that? I have no other choice. Lobo will never forgive me. Are you sure, Virgilia? Come on. I don't want to be emotional, cousin. Ooh, let's follow them. Not us running after them. Where y'all going? Where y'all going? Where y'all going? Oh, did y'all get on a boat? She got on a boat. Oh no. She's on the boat. She's on the boat. She's fleeing. We need to break back into her house, right? I think we do. Okay, so we gotta talk to him about the letter. That's fine, then we can go over to that side of town. So we have multiple things. We can go to the club, number one. We can break into Girly Pop's house. We gotta take the eclair again. Okay. So we need the eclair. I don't think we need the coffee. Because we really don't need Rubio to stay awake. Blah, blah, blah. Keep. Bye. Run. Do we have anything new to ask him about? I didn't think so. Okay, so he's going inside. Okay. What did you just say? Okay, so we're not gonna look through those things. Okay. Well. Oh, we should take her flowers while we're here. Oh, we don't have to play the game this time? Oh, I love that. Okay. Mr. Rubio, do you ever receive a great deal of correspondence? Maybe? Not sure what a great deal means. I must confess that I'm not used to being in charge of this residence, and I forget to check stuff like that. It's okay. I've heard about the content of a certain letter that Kristra allegedly wrote to you. A letter? My god, I haven't talked to my friend Chris in a long time. I hope he's fine. Seems that worry is mutual. Or almost mutual. Chris said he saw you wandering downtown last night. Said you looked, let's say, out of your mind. Me? Downtown? Officer, I don't remember any of that. Was it last night? According to Chris in his letter, yes. Really can't remember, did I? Did I take the right medication? Quincus, do you remember? Oh, I think he does. I don't think he does either. Look, officer, Mr. Crispum, the pharmacist, the trembling man, you know? A while ago, I went to him and set up a medication to be delivered daily. Aha. Is this medication working at all? Would you go talk to him? Crispum is probably the right person to clear this up. We'll see, Mr. Rubio. My goodness, what a shame. What would my dear Sophia think of me if she knew? Mr. Rubio, about your orders for medication. The ones you placed with Crispum. What do you have to say about them? The order? Ah, yes, of course, the order. What I can tell you is that it's a recurring order that I place with him. But you know, I can't be sure if they arrived yesterday. No, Quincus. The consequences wouldn't be that serious, I guess. It's up in the air. Okay, I don't think we have anything. Okay. Okay, so I guess we'll go back to downtown. Tomorrow we'll go back to the harbor. Mr. Crispum, as the owner of a successful establishment, you certainly have a system to manage the many prescriptions you dispense. Have you ever forgotten to deliver any of them? For instance, Rubio's? Rubio, prescriptions? Where are you getting your accusations from, lad? Know that I have a great responsibility with my customers and would never leave them in the lurch. Let me look through my books. 1 second. Rubio. Ah, found it. According to my registry, the medicines have been out daily for deliveries unless... Unless? Come on, Mr. Crispum, say it. Unless the person in charge of the deliveries is not doing his part. Oh, when I catch that boy. Boy? Seems you're not responsible towards your... You're not responsible towards your customers as you believe you are. You let a boy in charge of deliveries, after all. I know. Lad, do you understand the severity of the situation? Not taking a prescribed drug such as Rubio's with regularity can cause unimaginable consequences. If someone is out of their regular state of mind, they may even act out of their control. Drat, why did I trust that paperboy? You mean that paperboy, the one that sells newspapers in the downtown streets? That's right, I'll show him something. Don't get ahead of yourself, Mr. Crispum. One way or another, it was your fault for trusting such an important task to a child. Leave it to me. I'll talk to the boy and solve this situation. Would you do that? Thank you very much, Mr. Detective. Spare me of your thanks. I'm doing this for the case. Thank you for the information, Mr. Crispum. Okay. Alright, we'll run. They're arguing. Paperboy. All about that paperboy. I heard you're in charge of the pharmacy deliveries. I am, boss. Gotta do what you gotta do to get a few bucks. Tell me, is one of your destinations the house of Rubio? Rubio. Oh yes, of course. I deliver for every client. I never forget anybody, never. Why do I feel like you're lying to me? Alright, hold up. Please don't tell on me. Crispum can't know. You're right. I'm scared of that filthy mutt that's always barking in front of you, Rubio's house. I haven't been able to make the deliveries. Right, let's say I believe you. Give me the package and I'll deliver it myself. No way I'm giving it to a stranger. Also, I can't trust people on an empty stomach. Very funny. Are you serious? Deadly serious. If you want the medication, you better treat me, boss. A roast beef sandwich. Very well, if that's your price. Where can I find this treat? You're a smart guy. I'm sure you'll find one. Figure it out. Okay. It's probably going to be a tomorrow activity. Give me the roast beef sandwich. Now, give me the package. That's exactly what I wanted. Here, take it. Don't think I'll be so generous next time. Okay, what do you want me to do with the... I don't think we'll be able to... Yeah, we'll have to do it again tomorrow. Your Brosco boss? Definitely. In the flesh and bone and underpants. Especially underpants. That doesn't sound right. Alright. We're not gonna call out what's very obvious. Okay, easy peasy. Heard that your husband, Chris Straw, showed concern about Mr. Rubio. He even sent him a letter. Chris is concerned about something that isn't his work? What foolishness. Well, the contents of the letter seem more like a lecture than friendly advice. It's just like Chris to do this. Spill a moral speech to feel superior. I know my husband very well. Everything he does is driven by his ego. From his manner of speech, trying to sound sophisticated, to the way he chooses his business partners, often disregarding what's morally right. Are you willing to accuse your husband? Accuse? No, you silly, I'd never. Let's just say I'll teach him a lesson for having teamed up with Brosco Boss. And I'm sure his warehouse at the harbor should contain something to achieve my goal. Warehouse? How will I do that? Do you have the key? Ooh la la, do you want me to do all the work for you? I don't have the keys, but I know Chris hides an emergency crowbar right by those cranes at the harbor. It's the best I can do for you, mon cher. We don't have anything new there. Can I stay in here? Damn it. I was hoping it would let me stay in there. Okay. Well, that's pretty much the end of what I can do for today. You got hit by a Stardew train? Like like that's a thing that can happen? When all of this began, I didn't expect you to encounter such difficulties. Okay, blah, blah, blah. No. We got a new statement. Chill. Look at that. We found a letter. Well done, detective. I must admit that Chris Straw knows how to choose his words with care. I almost shed a tear with such a heartfelt display of concern. In the end, it was this very letter that got Rubio worried. And all that talk about medicines. Speaking of which, it was quite cunning of you to question Crispum. What did the old man say? When someone is out of their regular state of mind, they may even act out of control. State of mind? What exactly is he referring to? Crispum mentioned that Rubio had a regular order for medication from his pharmacy. As far as we can tell, the delivery of these medications is handled by an employee. I wonder what could happen in the case said medicine never got to Rubio. Crispin is indeed telling the truth. Rubio might not be as well as he believes himself to be. We must determine whether Rubio was off his usual treatment, detective. Fueled by my criticism of Sophia and Deprived of the calming influence of his medication, Robial might very well be capable of killing me. Where is his medication? Answer me that, detective. It's the only way we'll get to the end of it. We got it. We just couldn't do anything with it. Okay. So we'll get the sandwich. I thought he might want the cheese bread. I want the cheese bread. Still hung up on the cheese bread. Alright, kid. Sandwich time. Right? Okay, I'm like, that sounds so good. Just a nice cheese bread, maybe some tomato soup to go with it. Yummy. Okay, so we'll go to the harbor. We only have like a little bit of time. Oh. Hello? What are you doing here? What? Where am I? Oh, the harbor. Why am I here? My dream, I was walking and then... Was it real? I don't remember what happened. Quincus. I saw Quincus. Need to go home. Can we talk to you? Okay. Nope, you just go in. Okay. Alright, we'll go down. They're open. Mr. Chris, you and Bros are business partners. Trading a certain plaster, maybe? Detective, this matter is as dead as Bros. Bigwigs like me think outside the box. We're visionaries. We think with our wigs. Do you understand me? Take a look at my case. I have a very valuable shipment coming in today. A shipment? What's in it? Well, that's none of your business. I take care of my affairs, and you? You do whatever it is your lot do. You're a detective, aren't you? Didn't you notice that mess in front of my warehouse? Maybe someone got mad about some mail delay and took it out on the poor box? Isn't that how you make a living as a detective, throwing out ridiculous guesses until something sticks? It's been working so far. Monsieur, you're not even close. Actually, that was the aftermath of a brawl between that troublemaker Bros and his thick-skulled brother-in-law, Cottram. They threw punches at each other. I'll have my bill sent to those involved, or rather, to the one that's left. Wait a second. Cottram is Bros's brother-in-law? Cottram? Ha, he's married to Bros's sister. But don't ask me for details on how this so-called miracle happened. Here at the harbor, he's my manager. Also the one in charge of fixing the whole clowneries with my mailbox. So, he is the manager of the dock. Good to know. Okay. I think someone's gonna have to manage some answers. Beautiful. And why were they fighting in the first place? Why would I know the reason these poor-minded people were at each other's throats? I have no idea, but something caught my attention. At the end of the fight, Cottram threatened to kill Bros. I feel like I'm surrounded by savages. Cottram seemed resentful, but honestly, so what if they fought? People like me, who know what they want in life, are always fighting for their goals. Okie dokie, tell me more about him. You know Mr. Cottram really well, don't you? As well as any employer can know their employees. He's a hard worker, resilient. Not so good at making decisions, but there's nothing too big on his daily tasks. I see. What about Cottram the person? As opposed to Cottram the employee. Detective, beyond my many important businesses, I have no interest in people whatsoever. You'll have to get to know Cottram through somebody else. Oh, and what businesses are those again? Don't wish to trouble your limited mind with such extensive descriptions of my revenue sources, Detective. Another time, maybe. Okay. I don't think I have anything to show him. Yeah, Mr. Christraw. Oh, finally. Can I go back to my business now? Yeah. Okay, well, it's gonna close soon, so we'll step outside. We'll wait for him to go away. Oh, we already heard this. Never mind. Okay, so not the time. Mr. Cottram? That's me. Who wants to know? I see subtlety is not your forte. Mr. Cottram, I'm a private detective. I'm investigating the death of a distinguished citizen of Rio de Janeiro. What do I have to do with that? My investigations have led me to believe that you maybe have information that can help me. You mind answering a few questions? What if I don't want to? You can be very insistent, Mr. Cottram. Unlike you, I have all day. You won't get rid of me that easily. Alright, let's get this over with. Alright, tell me about your brother-in-law. What can you tell me about the deceased Bras Kubas? We are, or were, brothers-in-law. I'm still not used to his death. Like any family, we had disagreements, but we got on well most of the time. Disagreements like the one in front of Mr. Straw's warehouse? That, just another one of our little quarrels. So you had disagreements. And who doesn't? You gonna tell me you never argued with a relative? Even with my wife Sabina, sometimes we have disagreements. Ross was a tough nut. Negotiating with him meant you for sure were going to lose in some way. It was like that with the cutlery, the jewels, the house. So the disagreements involved money? Which ones don't? Although with Ross everything was a problem, not just money. It was the same with romance. The ladies always ended up getting the short end of the stick because of his ways. He didn't know in which bun he kept his sausage. Uh-huh. What does that mean? Some years ago, he was making eyes at my niece. Sent him running. About yesterday's brawl with Ross. What about it? You gonna charge me for damages to that mailbox? Boxes are things. Things break. Especially that one, which is made of some pretty shoddy material. More interested in what led you to break the box in the first place. Ross and I fought. It happens sometimes. We settle things like that. And is it true that in this fight you threatened Ross's life? Yes. But I'm not very good at keeping my promises. If I were, I wouldn't have the problems I have. Interesting. Something to tell me about Chris Straw? He's a man with a vision. We're working together on a revolutionary venture. Is your relationship good? Working with him is not easy. He's bossy and he's always on my back about the stuff here at the harbor. but it comes with the job. Can you make an omelet without breaking some eggs? You can't. Okay, tell us about yourself. Talk about me? I'm an ordinary person, just like anyone else. You don't need to diminish yourself, Mr. Cottram. I'm sure you have plenty to share. Even if I did, what makes you think I'd want to do it with you? Fair. Alright, talk about your wife. I don't know if I have much to say. Been married for so long that I can't even remember how it was before. You get along well? Work at the harbor is very tough. I have very little time to do stuff at home. I'm always trying to give her the life she deserves, financially speaking. For a commoner like me, it's hard to please someone who born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Can we talk about Virgilia? What does Mr. Cottram have to say about her? She and Bros knew each other very well. If it weren't for her, things would be easier now. Bros and I wouldn't have argued yesterday. And why would you say that? You know about the little discussion I had with Bros yesterday, right? Let's just say that Virgilia was one of the main subjects discussed. Interesting. Can you tell me about the plaster? Plaster? I don't know. What's that? It's a vial, more or less. The size of my palm. Could be any medicine or tonic or drink. You know, there are many of those around. People selling them are making some good money. Okay, so we got nothing left. I'm actually shocked we could get through the whole conversation. Okay. So, Mr. Cottram, see you around, detective. Does he leave at some point? Cottram, your wife called and said you must meet her at the mansion. I know, I know. So much fuss about that damn key. Ooh, I wonder if we can give him the key and it'll be different. Okay, go, go. Now we can break in. Oh, you're still here? Okay, go away. Okay, now I can go in. I didn't expect him to hang out there for a second. Need to hit the lock when the thunder strikes so that no one hears it's breaking. The sound of the thunder resonates a couple of seconds after the lightning strikes. Okay, let's start. Okay, so it wants it down here, I assume. Okay. Opened it a little bit. Come on, one more time. Alright, one last time. I said they're possessed. I made it. We made it. We're in. I probably should have went and got the flowers. Hello, operator? I'd like to report. Bro, did you just report? Okay. It smells like coffee beans. They must be ready for international shipment. It's probably been sitting here for a long time. Let's see what it is. Man, is this a snow sledge? Are you kidding me? Mr. Straw, you truly are a visionary businessman. So this is the suspicious cargo that was delivered in the afternoon. Let's find out what they are so secretive about. What's this slimy and dark liquid? It also smells sugary. Seems safe. I'll have a taste. Yes, it's super sweet. This is molasses. Sugarcane molasses. Alright. We got molasses. I guess that's it. Okay, just making sure. Alright, let's skedaddle. if we hang out here and wait for Rubio to show up, since we can't do the other stuff today. Okay, we know Crispum is bringing the luggage. We know that already. You're back. Why are you back? You again? What do you want now? Okay, we can yap. Mr. Cottram, I came to know about a shipment that some people here at the harbor were trying to hide. However, it was only molasses barrels. For what reason were you acting so suspiciously with this shipment? They're Chris's business. If you want to know more, talk to him. I'll tell you this, he has nothing to complain about. The operations are guaranteed. Operations? What operations are you talking about? Well, hold on. If I spill it out like that, I'll end up with no job. Now, if I won a pretty penny in the animals game, that wouldn't be a concern. I could even snitch on Chris's operations. Really? And where's this animals game? Oh, if you're not in the animal scheme, I'm not the one who's going to tell you. Good luck. Okay, I've... Scares me.
Did you mean to put the sauce?
No, I didn't. Thank you. Okay, I have faith you're going to win, and we're gonna talk again. Today's game was crap. Okay, so we gotta kind of follow him and figure out where he's going. That's all, Mr. Cottram. See you around, detective. Well, we seem to have become far more on better terms. Where's Rubio? Shouldn't he end up here? I would think. I guess we'll just wait until we pass out. No, he doesn't. We just find him in the morning. Okay. Listen, we had progress today. Bro is so whiny. Will you pass me my gummy worms? Mm-hmm. That cool. What? Who are we investigating? Cottram? Are you sure he's worth the effort of this investigation? He's like, we just brawl in the street. We don't really worry about all that. That's right. You know who murdered you. He's like, yeah, but I want him to be charged. You gotta figure it out, bud. All of my gummy worms are stuck together. Okay, gummy worms unstuck. Have you ever seen those like super duper big gummy worms? Scare the hell out of me. I'm like, I don't even know how to approach that. Or gummy bears even. Okay, no problem. I will share. I'm like, I don't even think it's enjoyable, like, biting out of it. It's just too much. Fellow is as dumb as brick and is barely worth one. He wouldn't have the audacity to murder me. Met Chris Straw, who works at the harbor with Cottram. What did Chris Straw witness that is worthy of our investigation? Oh, that fight? Know that I'm extremely virile and a pretentious man. Such a laggard brute couldn't hurt me if he tried. Can't say the same about that mailbox at the docks. It's the type of collateral damage that people with no control over their own strength are doomed to burden the world with. At the end of the fight, Cottram threatened to kill Ross. I feel like I'm surrounded by savages. Share the same feeling sometimes, dear Chris. But back to the chase. If Chris, colleague of Cottram, snitched on him like that, he didn't even try to protect him. Maybe they're not so friendly. Well, he was yelling at him. Well, he is right. Cottram did threaten to kill me. On that note, let's not rule Katram out just yet. You were just sitting there talking shit, telling me, oh, why are we wasting our time investigating him? And now you're like, oh, this is kind of a good idea. When threatened, irrational animals are capable of surprising feats, aren't they? And if he threatened to kill me, we can't rule him out so fast. Continue to investigate Katram, detective. Who knows what we might find. Met my not-so-bright brother-in-law, Katram. Well, except maybe for how shiny his bald head is. Sabina didn't think my jokes about her husband were funny either, even though her opinion on him... Now I'll let you find out about that in person. Okay, bye. Okay. Fix your painting. Well, I feel like we had a productive day yesterday, at least. Okay. We still need to get the medicine, because we never made it over to Rubio. You know what else I need to get? I need to get the cheese bread. Okay. I will not come back. What do you have to say about the prescribed salmon medicine for Rubio, Mr. Crispum? The hell with my professional confidentiality. It's extremely important that Rubio takes them daily. Otherwise, he won't have a good night's of deep sleep. His subconscious might take over his motor function and do God knows what. It's thanks to my exclusive prescription that he doesn't need to worry about it anymore. Does seem in fact to be an incredible medicine. You know, I don't usually go around talking about these things, especially because no one is really interested in my job. I have great pride in my prescriptions, even though it may cause a bit of dizziness at the beginning of treatment. In some cases, it may even cause patients to have one hallucinatory episode or another. That's when the sleep comes, a very deep sleep. Nothing can wake them. Yes, I know exactly how it works. What did you say? Nothing, forget about it. We definitely didn't, like, make our own. That's all. Thank you for the information. Tell me a bit about your husband, Katram. Tell what? He's not one of the most interesting people. I heard about a fight between him and the deceased. By the Holy One, the city is populated by gossipers. Please don't bother yourself with it. It's part of my job. Fortunately, the two of them could only communicate like that. A disgrace. I don't completely blame Katram because he's nothing but a simpleton. As for Brass, he should better represent the family name. Not by chance, I myself had my own disagreements with Brass. Sibling stuff, you know? I see, so it was something irrelevant. Well, yes, we only stayed a few years without talking to each other. You said years? Years, months, anyway. Who pays attention to these details? What matters is that Katram, at great expense, was able to speak with Brass and put an end to all of this. Although Brass punished him by imposing a miserable job on him at the harbor. The harbor, what an insult. What did Katram think of the job? Did he also see it as a punishment? Who knows? Katram was already full with Brass because of Eva. If he accepted sacrificing himself in manual labor, it was because he was over it. Eva, who's that? Oh, Eva, poor girl. Brass treated her little heart so badly. Eva is Katram's niece, and she and Brass dated for a while. I always supported them, unlike Katram. Then suddenly Brass stopped coming to their meetings and vanished from her life. My brother knew how to hurt people when he wanted to. And Eva, how was she? Bad, poorly bad. I imagine she still has resentments towards him. No wonder she hates my brother Brass these days. One more person that resents my client. I think I need to meet her as soon as possible. At the time, Katram got furious about it all, and because of that, he distanced himself from Brass. Tell me more about Katram and Brass. How was their relationship? They both had their own language for solving conflicts. It wasn't the most gentlemanly way, if you know what I mean. You mean beating each other up? Don't be so vulgar. Fights are common in all families, but Katram would never hurt Brass. Accidents happen, though. What's important is that it was resolved. Katram now even has a job, while the other is very dead. Can you tell me about Eva? What's it like to be her aunt? Don't be foolish. Eva's not my niece. She doesn't have the Kubasa's noble blood. She is in reality only Katram's niece. The daughter of his deceased brother, may he rest in peace. Poor girl, lost her father to all that smoke from the factory's furnaces. Tragic just like misery. Mustn't have been easy. No. Even more after the end of her relationship with my brother. You and Eva get along? Well, enough. Though she's not a Kubas and doesn't behave herself like a lady. Who's ever heard of those pants she wears? Besides, I don't understand why she's always making trouble with those agitators. Actually, remove the statement of mine. I don't want to be associated with such themes. Tell me more about the relationship between Eva and Brass. Well, yes, I found it cute. It was a chance to turn her into a respectful lady, though Katram has always been against it. But it was short, and the end was so sudden, poor girl. Now she could be Brass's heir. Actually, it was better that they broke up. Okay. I think we got everything we could talk about. So that's good. I almost tried to travel via the mailbox. I want to go to the harbor. Alright, let's talk about Eva. What does she have to, what do you have to say about her? Eva's my little girl. Ever since she lost her dad, I take care of her as if she were my own daughter. We all need someone to call father. Now I'd like to know about some other things, Katram. About Eva, what do you want to know? Tell me more about your relationship. I don't see her so frequently. I'm very busy. She's very busy. I heard she was involved in that mess that's taking place at the industrial block. Ayy. I was like, we're running out of things to do, so this is good. Keep telling her to not get involved with that strike stuff. Who wouldn't? But does she listen to me? No. How was her relationship with Bros? That relationship had everything to end in a disaster. Had to end it before the worst happened. What would that be? Convince Bros to bow out. Bros listen to you? Doesn't sound much like him. Bros could be many things, but he could recognize that he wasn't a good match for anyone. Interesting. You want this? You're the lion head. Why are you offering me this? Isn't it useful to you? Funny, my wife was looking for a key just like this one. Found it in the alley where Bros was found dead. And you can keep it, buddy. Rather she'd be furious at me than have the police find me with an incriminating object. You know what? Valid. That's all, Mr. Cottram. See you around, detective. Okay. We still gotta find out about the animal games thing. Okay. You. Tell me about the barrels of molasses. What goes on behind the scenes of the operation? Isn't that what a harbor does? Import and export products. Product was probably supplied, and there was demand that brought it here. Know the basics of economics, Chris. Mr. Chris. It's Mr. Chris Straw. Monsieur Straw. And if you'd like more lessons on economics and finances, I may be able to help. I'm eager to find some students interested in my mentorship. Okay, we gotta do that. We're gonna see if we can catch our dude. Okay. Shit. I guess we'll go here, but I don't know how much we'll get done today. There's someone leaking our plans. Is that you? Certainly is not. Keeping an eye on you. And you know who I work for? Okay. What happened earlier today is a pity, but we can't be overwhelmed. Okay. With faith and a sharp mind, the prize you'll definitely find. Okay. Don't remember seeing you around here. What is this? Well. We'll go grab the flowers. No. Okay, well this night's just... Okay, we really need to take care of Rubio. It looks like we're about done with him.
Huh.
Statement from my sister Sabina. Did well to investigate her, Detective. Sabina was my own flesh and blood, but one can never be too sure. Those closest to us are the ones who know all our weaknesses. Not that I am a man of weakness, mind you, but continue. What did she say exactly? Fights are common in all families, but Cottram would never hurt Bros. Accidents happen, though. Did I tell you, my boy? Yes, my sister and I have clashed in the past. We've always had more than enough reasons to argue. She is hardly an easy woman to deal with. Such things are common among siblings. You would know that if you... well, it doesn't matter. Pay attention to the subtext of Sabina's words, Detective. Cottram would never hurt Bros. Accidents happen, though. To what kind of accident could she be referring to? I believe Sabina is trying to tell us something, all the while shielding her husband. Could Cottram have followed through on the threat I once dismissed as nothing but a bluff of a desperate man? Must continue this investigation, Detective. That brainless Cottram. Could he really do such a thing? Maybe. Detective, I think it's time for you to get closer to the strikers at the industrial block. Winning their trust and making it seem like you're on their side is paramount. Behave as a man of the people, a worker oppressed by his employer, abused by the system. Can you do that? So go and look for the leader of these troublemakers. Bro, I'm being exploited by you, sir. Fix your painting. Okay, sandwich. Don't need the cheese bread. gonna go here and just make sure we got our conversation finished with what's his face. I guess we did. Okay, go inside. Okay, nothing to talk about there. Mr. Rubio, you need to be more careful. Wandering around and being careless about your health can be very dangerous, don't you think? Sorry, officer. Certainly. I mean, what do you mean? Didn't you miss your medication, Mr. Rubio? This belongs to you, right? Why, oh damn, it's my medication. But if you have it, did I take it yesterday or did I forget it? No, officer. I must have taken it, yes. Not sure this is something I'd not want to be sure if I were you. Consequences of not taking this kind of medicine are usually crazy. Look, I don't think I need to, but I trust the law. Sleepwalking can be complicated, officer. I can't remember anything I did while sleepwalking. But even in this condition, even if I run into Bros, I couldn't possibly do anything against him. Are you sure, Mr. Rubio? A cornered man can surprise himself. This is what Miss Straw told me about you. He dismantled his business and even threatened his partner just to defend me. Oh, officer. Guess the medication is starting to work. But I'm beginning to get angry with you. The bone I had to pick with Mr. Kubas was, I had to defend Miss Sophia. I just couldn't let him insult someone so righteous. So, are you a beast underneath your apparent peaceful manners? Willing to do all it takes to defend your lady in distress? Officer, I'll fight fiercely to stand up for Miss Straw. Taken by emotion, officer, I looked for him immediately and broke down our partnership. He shouldn't have ever said one single bad word about her. Oops. When did this other officer arrive? That's only me, Mr. Rubio. And I'm not a policeman nor an officer, as I've told you already. Well, never mind. This medicine is strong. You said you were taken by emotion. We sometimes can't recognize our own strength. Chris Straw, your close friend, hinted at something about you. Some people are unstable and get carried away by their emotions. Harsh words from a friend, don't you think? Is this true? They're even worse than that unfortunate letter he wrote you. And he's asleep. Can we end this conversation, officer? I'm beginning to feel drowsy. Not really obvious, but I have the soul of a poet. The world and its people have left a deep mark in me. Especially Sophia. Dealing with rejection without feeling gloomy is hard when you're sentimental. Sadness, an unusual but powerful drive for a great deal of crime. I found out you ordered daily use medicines, so I suppose they may be related to your melancholy. Yes, I take them every day. At first, I saw a few doctors because I thought I couldn't sleep well. Later I found out that I did actually too well. But as I'm a sleepwalker, I'd walk all night, spend all the energy that I should be restoring. Well, Mr. Rubio. You didn't take your meds last night. I have medical evidence that someone in your condition may act unconsciously. When talking about your condition, Crispin, the pharmacist, said, When someone is out of their regular state of mind, they may even act out of control. Didn't I take my meds? Really? I'm sorry, rally? I didn't take them. Wandered downtown last night. How unfortunate. Stay with me on this, Mr. Rubio. I'll tell you what happened. Your unconscious mind was filled with bad feelings for Brascubas because he spoke ill of your beloved Sophia. Although your unconsciousness is functional, with such an emotional person like you, gave your unconscious the opportunity to attack Bras through you against your will. Was it you, Rubio? Did you take Brascubas's life to defend Sophia's honor? Answer me. Yes, you're right. I found Bras the night before. Mr. Rubio? It's not possible. I can't believe it. I wouldn't be capable of it. Would I? Well, he's down. He fell asleep again, but not without confessing that he ran into Bras in the fateful evening that when he died. Your alibi crumbles before the facts, Mr. Rubio. I believe we have enough to... You're joking me, my boy. Watch where you're going. Where's the respect? Oops, I'm sorry, good sir. I had no intention. Good evening to you and your ostrich. Ostrich? What the devil is this headless chicken talking about? Funny. I think I've heard this voice before, but I can't place it. Who could it be? Chicken? I'm no chicken, you drunken old man. You rich people think you can step on anyone, even those in need. Someone will put an end to it someday. Someone. I'm sorry, someone. Oh, okay, we're done with the day. Very well, we have a plot to conclude. Pedro Rubio de Alvarenga. What a revelation. A natural showman. If he keeps this up, he'll end up competing for the stage with Sophia. Not possible. I can't believe it. I wouldn't be capable of it. Would I? You think someone will fall for this cheap talk? Not me, Rubio. I'll suggest he's not medicated as we initially suspected. Something dangerous, no doubt, especially for him. Nonetheless, it is very convenient for him to claim he's a sleepwalker. I wish I could blame some of my actions on my sleeping self so I didn't have to take responsibility for them. God knows they weren't many, but forgetting is, at the end of the day, the best medicine, isn't it, detective? Oh, Rubio, but could you be so innocent? If your actions were driven by your unconscious mind, could you still be held accountable? I'll leave it to the legalist. All I wanted was for my newspaper to be a successful business. You ruined everything. You could just keep sleepwalking around forever, dressed as Napoleon, until the soles of your feet became soft as silk. Seems we made considerable progress today, my boy. Good work. Better quit while we're ahead. See you soon. Okay. Another day. Time to investigate. Fix that. Damn, he had a busy day. Okay. So I guess this time we'll go here. Buddies, excuse me, I would like to go through. Oh, really? Well, dream on. We're in the midst of a serious strike, young man. We, the workers, do not have time to waste on a stuffed shirt like you. Stuffed shirt? Me? This overcoat, this little hat. Do you think you can fool me? You must have never worked one single day in your life. In fact, I think I've worked the same day several times. I didn't get it. But I really am not your enemy. What do I need to say to be let through? Say nothing. You stuffed shirt. Really want our help, do something useful. Our cause needs actions, not empty words. What can I do? Let me think. I know. You really want to show us that you're on our side, attack Lobo's campaign against us. After all, the enemy of our enemy is our friend. Isn't that what they say? People say a lot of things. Yes, you stuffed shirt. Lobo spread a series of posters against our rightful strike downtown. If you want to go through, bring us 3 of these bloody posters. Then we may as well let you through. Ha ha ha. Fine. 3 posters against the strike, right? That's it, and you have to do it until 2:30 p.m. After that, it'll be too late. Downtown, 3 posters against the strike until 2:30. See if you can do that. Okay. Back downtown. At least it's only 10. Here's one. Here's 2. I think it's by the church. Yes. Oh no. Well. It isn't one of those troublemakers. Wait, officer, I can explain. Just following the orders from upstairs. Boss said there was an issue with the printing, and I had to change all the posters. Issue? What issue? What do you mean, what issue? This typography is hideous. Look at this kerning. Lobo said if these posters are kept even one more minute up, we're all doomed. He did? Yes. Then he said to vote for him. Does sound like him. Well, go on, boy. If I see one of those, I'll rip him out too. That's the spirit. Look at that. We even got him participating. Look at that. They should love us. They should be so proud of us. Alright. Brought you some posters. Hope you have fun with them. Well, the stuffed shirt sort of has a flair for it. Was it difficult? These police officers downtown didn't keep tabs on you, did they? I have a flair for it, as you said. You do? I guess I have to send you on another special mission. Hee hee hee. You'll fetch some merchandise. Hey. I already told you to stop messing with the newbies. Let them through now. Eva, we were just kidding. Saved by the bell. Go there, you stuffed shirt. Welcome to the cause. Hey, girl. Hello, Miss Eva, am I right? Yes, who's asking? Ah, the newest member of the strike group. Welcome. Apologize for my men's lack of delicacy. We need to take precautions, if you know what I mean. Forewarned is forearmed. There's no need to apologize. There's a good reason for my determination. Investigating the death of Bras Kubas. Oh, so you're a policeman, a cop, a pig? Dirty tool in the hands of greedy and the privileged? No, I'm a private investigator. An agent of justice. I just want to uncover the truth and set a wrong right. Well, You surely don't look like a policeman. You don't have hate in your eyes. Also, my sources know practically every cop in the city. You're not on any of their lists. I'll trust you, for now. Appreciate it, Miss Eva. Get to it then. What do you want to know? The cause awaits for no one. Girl, we got a lot to go through. Miss, I would like to talk to you about the late Broscubas. What can you tell me about him? I know this is the main subject and the goal of your investigation, but I am not ready to talk about him. I may cooperate with you on other matters, but don't ask me directly about Bros. Alright then. Alright, Katram. Miss Eva, can you talk to me about him? Katram is my uncle. He's a man of the people, like I am a woman of the people. I like him, besides his rude manners. Seems to be a little violent, maybe? The police are violent. The ruling class is violent, pressing their heavy paws on the people's necks. My uncle is a simple man who's had his share of misunderstandings like anybody else. Speaking of misunderstanding... what sort of problems were caused by it? Common people issues, issues with money. He's got a strong grip. You'd think hands like that could hold on to money. That's not the case. He's always jumping from one debt to another. Do you think Katram could have murdered Bros? What are you accusing my uncle of? How dare you say something like that right to my face? Sorry if I was too blunt. Tell me about you, Miss Eva. I don't like talking about myself. I'm not that important. What really matters is the cause, the working class, the oppressed workers, the fight of the weak against the rich and the exploiters. The industrial bloc is being dismantled by real estate speculators, backed by landlords. Yes, of course. But where is Eva in all of this? What made Eva take an interest in the cause of the working class? Does Bros have something to do with it? Bros? Anyone who wants a good night's sleep should be involved with the movement. And if Bros has something to do with it, why would that matter to you? I see. Let's try a different topic. How far is your movement willing to go? Have you ever had a mission you'd stop at nothing to complete? Purpose so tied to your very existence that it consumes you? Maybe you don't even know why you're doing it. But you know above all else, you must see it through. Have you ever felt that? Maybe I do. Literally, we're stuck. We're stuck, so we do feel it right now. If you understand that, if you understand what I'm talking about, then you know how far we're prepared to go. As far as it takes. As many times as it takes. What are you up against exactly? We stand up against anyone who puts their own interests above the needs of the common man. Against those who see Rio de Janeiro as nothing more than the carcass of a dead stag, lying open and waiting to be gutted by their cursed fangs. Would you say that Bros belonged to this group? Bros is not an issue anymore. He is not an issue to anyone. It's a weird way to put it. What do you have to say about Lobo Neves? I'm willing to bet you know a lot. Ha! Lobo is a perfect symbol of the decaying ruling class, glaring reflection of Rio's elite. An autocrat whose greatest concern is preserving his power and feeding his own greed, rather than serving the needs of the people. To add insult to injury, the police protect them while they smother us with their fat paws scrambling for scraps. It's times like this I'm glad I'm not police. Yet here you are, interrogating, sniffing. Trust your questions are strictly for the investigation detective and nothing more. You can trust me, Miss Eva. Miss Eva, are you familiar with the content of the first issue of the newspaper The Buzz? What do you have to say about it? Listen, we may just be workers, but we're well informed. I know very well what's in that issue. It's the one that says that damned Lobo is afraid of the number 13. Would you be able to... Hey, you know what? You just gave me an idea. What if we created a manifest titled The 13 Demands? Summary of changes and demands of the working class. I bet Lobo would tremble head to toe, or better yet, from paw to snout. That wasn't my intention. Thank you for your service to the cause, detective. Okie dokie. I don't think I got anything to show you. Okay. Be all Eva. Well, detective, it was nice chatting with you, but duty calls us. Obligation compels us. Necessity commands us. And if you're truly our ally, as you claim to be, you'll join us in the strike, won't you? Why do I feel like I don't have a choice? Now, let's see if your actions are as good as your words. Since I'm here. Good one, detective. My fellow workers, our time is coming. Our movement has been growing day by day. We are united. If we remain faithful to each other, we dedicate ourselves to the cause. No one can stop us. I can. Beautiful words, girl, but empty ones. Secretary of State Lobo Neves can and will put an end to this mess. Men, catch the troublemaker. Won't you dare... don't you dare lay your filthy hands on me. Don't worry about it, little girl. The Casa Verde staff will change your hairstyle as soon as you get there. Interesting. Damn, no, let go of me. And don't let her accomplice escape. Hey, no, you can't do that to me. I have a case to solve. Well, we get to find out what Casa Verde is. Enjoying your accommodations? Let me introduce myself. Lobo Neves, Secretary of State. You must be the detective hired by Bros, right? Right. Look, Bros and I had a few bones to pick. Can't say we were great rivals. Oh, I can say that we were great rivals. So I heard. Anyway, I'll make things easier for you, detective. Was Eva. She is responsible for Bros's death. This is a very serious accusation, Secretary. It's the absolute truth. I'll tell you, and you won't be able to run away from the facts. Not really in a position to run away from anything at the moment. You may have heard of The Buzz, that outrageous newspaper that destroyed Bros's reputation as he used it to attack his opponents. Turns out that even a broken clock is right twice a day. He was right when he published the 3rd edition, which he showed the true side of Eva's nature. Interesting. A heartbroken agitator. Our days of peace and quiet are being threatened. Behold, reader, the destitute are revolting, and you won't believe their reason. They want a wage floor and 8-hour shifts. Tell me, couldn't they just work on a full belly? They don't, because an agitator with marital problems uses the workers' movement to distract herself from the pain of a broken heart. I also suspect that behind all of this there's some kind of obscure funding. Bros chose Eva as the target of his harsh words against the strike. Ooh, big yawn. Are you hinting that the publication motivated Eva to murder Bros in revenge? As mighty as the pen may be, sometimes the sword may be even more effective. Eva and her ideas are dangerous. Her only goal is to attack us. Wouldn't doubt that Bros's death was a result of this. These are empty accusations, Mr. Neves. When made by you, even more so. Do you have any evidence to support your claims? Let's say I have privileged access to what Eva secretly says to her accomplices. My men are everywhere, detective. Also next to Eva, and she doesn't suspect that. Right. An infiltrator. Can I leave now? So that I can question Eva, of course. Oh, no need to hurry. Eva's also admitted here at Casa Verde. You two will have plenty of time to talk. See you soon, detective, whenever that may be. Hee hee hee. On second thought, okay, Let's go through it. You have information on Eva? Wait, that's not possible. You were at the strike and you managed to be hospitalized in Casa Verde? I mean, right. Hate that place. You were visited by none other than Lobo Neves? Sure was. Yes, of course. The strike, and consequently Eva's number one enemy. And His Excellency, the Secretary of State, mentioned one of my issues? Ha! I would have never imagined that scoundrel using my newspaper as an argument. A wretch as busy as Lobo, wasting his time with an anonymous agitator? What did he tell you? Even our ideals are dangerous. Her only goal is to attack us. I wouldn't doubt that Bross's death was a result of this. Eva, the one that caused my demise? What sense does this statement make? My critique was based on facts. However, she could have misinterpreted it as provocation. But I would never do something like that, would I? I don't know, you're messy. Could that venomous Lobo be telling the truth? Could Eva want me dead out of revenge? Very well, detective, investigator. Time alone will tell us what we'll uncover. We have nothing to lose if we confirm that the heartbroken agitator is nothing but that, instead of a cold-blooded killer. I fear we may have some issues, detective, and of course when I say we, I mean you. That necklace Sabina donated to the church could cause some great damage if Katrin were to know about it. Guess what? You will tell him. Be careful, don't be funny. Try to be direct and pay attention to anything Katrin will do after he knows it. Go as early as you can. Good luck, you will need it this time. Alright, time to go be messy. I'll be waiting for your return, since I have nothing better to do. Our messy guy. Okay, so we run down the street to the church. Gotta go. He just got there. My esteemed Katrim, what can you tell me about this object here? What does this necklace tell you? What? What are you doing with my wife's necklace? I'll break you in half. It's a donation to the church. The church? Yes, Padre Cabral's congregation. Someone made this generous donation to his parish. Would you know who? Know very well who it was. I'll spare you from the punches you deserve for now. Can't say the same about that shabby priest. You're going after him at the church? You bet, just waiting until I'm done with my shift. We'll just sit here. Damn. Took my whole day. Listen here, you old priest. What's my wife necklace doing in your possession, huh? Mr. Cottram, Sabina's donations are from the heart. She's always praying for you. Praying? I don't need any of that. Sabina prays for your prosperity. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, she also prays that you give up gambling. Well, she has a point. Are we in trouble because of the bets? Yes. Have we been drifting apart because of this habit of mine? For sure. Tell me more. I'm the one responsible for our situation. There's no denying it. You know how it works. I just need one bet to hit. Just one. What happens to your marriage until then? Very well, Padre. Whatever. I'm not gonna blame you for Sabina's donation, but listen closely. Be very careful about the gifts your church takes. Oh. I see. God bless you. Alright, bye, buddy. Padre Cabral, forgive my intrusion, but what is Miss Kubas's necklace doing among the church donations? Sabina, she has an unshakable faith, even when things seem impossible. Sometimes she insists on reminding me of her hopes. How can I say no to someone with such devotion? This gift, like many others, reflects what's in her heart, despite lacking some sense. Unlike her brother, she's a devoted visitor to this church. She even donated a check for a sizable amount. Shamed it turned out to be a bad check. Let him who is without sin cast the first stone. Bad check, huh? Guess it's not all roses after all, not even for the Kubases. Are we falling asleep again? No. Do we have anything new? Your Holiness, I'm sure that as a leader of the church, there's one subject you are very familiar with. Well, of course, which one? The mysteries of faith, the inextricable paradoxes of Christianity, the proper punishment to a sin. Almost that. I'm referring to the personal lives of the faithful in this parish, more specifically their donations. Like the bad check that was donated by one Miss Sabina Kubas. Oh, son, about that. What kind of shepherd would I be if I were to spill the beans about the lives of my flock? But yes, Sabina. I mean, one of our devoted souls is facing financial hardship, it's true. That happens. The Lord sometimes tests our belief in him. I thought the one who made our lives difficult was the devil. I myself sometimes think I can be closer to him than... He too, my son. God and the devil take turns, each with their own purpose, don't they? In any case, please keep this under wraps. This topic can be very sensitive to most of us, especially Sabina. And worst of all, it could reflect badly on my church. We like to pass on a sense of prosperity to those who come to this house. I understand, I guess. Bro, prosperity gospel in it. Okay, well, I don't know how much more. Oops. Got more to go through for her. We have to get back to Eva. Okay. Obviously, most of this we can't do today. I was like, where's our office? Alright, go to bed. Look, if it isn't my oh, we know what you're saying. Let's analyze our progress on Sabina's file, shall we? We now hold in our hands a sacred confession from a holier man, or at least he ought to be. According to Padre Cabral, these donations that Virgilia spoke of involve some valuable possessions of the Cubas family. Is that correct? Sabina donated her precious necklace to that second-rate excuse of a priest. Goodness, and it gets worse. Add insult to injury. As if it weren't enough to rid herself of the family's valuables, Sabina went and wrote a bad check to the church. Writing bad checks. Miss Cubas? People will believe we are broke. No wonder everyone's on edge. Katram, her husband, is now picking fights with city priests. Alright, this has gone too far. What is Sabina thinking? Virgilia was right to expose her. You want to impress your priest? At least make it classy. But the worst part is having to listen to this. How can I say no to someone with such devotion? That crook doesn't give a damn about my sister, and now he's trying to take advantage of the situation. Oh, if someone were to do something. But let us return to what truly matters. The investigation of my distinguished demise. Could it be that Sabina bribed Padre Cabral, showering him with gifts and stuffing his pockets, or at least trying to? Could that be the price for something the priest may have done, or perhaps the price for the silence of a man who is a walking vault holding on to every confession and secret of Rio de Janeiro? We must press on this clue. There's something there, detective. So Katram is betting once again. Should have guessed. Since he promised to tell more about Chris Straw's operation in case he won, we should try and learn more about these bets. Find out where the animals game is taking place and talk to Katram there. Alright. Since we have nothing more to discuss, go make your fee worthwhile. Alright. Okay, we'll check here. Is there anything else for us to see here? Honestly, mostly curious if anyone shows up here. There's someone walking around inside. Hello? A bit far from home, Quincus. Borba? Easy, buddy. It'll be fine. Good boy. I don't have anything to show you. Okay. So no, nothing we can interact with here. We'll go talk to Eva. And then after we talk to her, we'll go talk to Katram. Do we need to bring them the posters? We probably do. Okay, we don't. Good. I'm not sure this is the best moment to interfere. Can we speak to you? No? I'd like to know what your opinion on the third issue of the Buzz. That issue. That issue is the clearest, most blatant sign that the ruling class has been stepping up its attack on the working class. In this case, a direct attack on me, meant to undermine the leadership of the movement, by doing so weaken the movement as a whole. No doubt about it, Miss Eva. Since we're on the subject, I believe there are other forces weakening your movement. Other forces? What do you mean? Detective, don't hide anything from me. There are many lives at stake in all of this. It's come to my knowledge that there's someone infiltrated among the strikers. Someone working for Lobo. Betrayer, scoundrel, rogue. Who is this person? Tell me, Detective. I will sort this out. I don't have this information, Miss Eva, but you should look into this for your own good. Detective, you must be good at uncovering such things. How about you uncover who this informant is? I have an investigation to carry on, lady. Can't promise you anything. Well, you don't have to promise anything, but I bet it would aid you greatly in your own investigation. After all, if you're considering me as a suspect, wouldn't it make sense for you to dig deeper into the fight of this city's working class to find the truth? We shall see. Who could be the agent working for Lobo? Good. Even if that's not your goal, uncovering the identity of this traitor would be a great show of dedication to the cause. I've done things like that myself, planted an informant inside the fraternity. But it's been some time since he's made contact. Maybe something happened to him? Maybe. It's a very thankless job, that of an informant detective. To gain access to the fraternity, he needed to wear the freshman hat. Must have weighed greatly on his head, this symbol of privilege of the elite. A hat, that's ridiculous. Exactly right, it is ridiculous. That's how they differentiate themselves in there. The fresh ones must look ridiculous to belittle themselves before their elders. It's the same old game of power. We asked our informant to hide this hat inside a trash can that is near the fraternity headquarters. It might still be there. A trash can? Yeah, the one you didn't look in. Maybe the fraternity I can find something about the person that planted in the strike. Okay. I'm investigating the existence of an infiltrator inside your movement. Be back when I have the information about their identity. Be waiting for you. Hope you'll uncover it on time. Oh, okay. That's just gonna stay open until we figure it out. Okay. Is there anyone we can talk to over here? Probably not. I bet there is something for us there. So we'll go here. Okay, so we got in. Hello, fellow. Hello. When did we start referring to each other like that? Wait, I don't think I've ever seen you here before. New member? Yes, I had a problem with my application. Oh, that's fine. Perfect timing. Can't wait to share a top secret. But I didn't want to tell it to any of the old members. I may get into trouble. No one knows me. I'm all ears. It's about the strike. Heard that Lobo has an infiltrator among the protesters. I was told that the infiltrator arrives in the early hours of the day not to raise suspicion. He's been in the industrial block since early this morning. Early bird catches the worm. Let's wait and see. What I know of these unionists, they're not usually merciful to scabs. Let alone to traitors. But I've already said too much. See you soon, fellow. A brotherly embrace to all members of the fraternity. You gentlemen can probably imagine the reason for this meeting. Yes, it's about the annoying strike that is bothering our wonderful city. But I assure you we'll come to a conclusion today. Just confirm that we'll have important support for our cause. And the good people of Rio de Janeiro will be victorious. Bravo! That's right. Now, if you allow me, I have a strike to break. Knock him down. Hater. Okay, who's this guy? Okay. Busy day at the fraternity, right? Happens sometimes. I like it this way rather than when it's empty. Oh no. When there's no one else, this place feels creepy. No one to talk to. Seems that everyone is talking about that strike. Heard that Lobo put infiltrators among the strikers. May just be a rumor. Yes, I heard about that too. I don't know what you heard. Not much. What about you? Heard that the infiltrator doesn't spare efforts to look like a working class man. They say that he wears a black beret the whole time. Not sure how much this helps him to mingle, but can't do any harm, huh? Who knows? Be interesting to be disguised as a manual worker. Live the life of the streets, even if for a day or two. But I don't think I could possibly do that. How about you? Few of them chose their profession out of aptitude. See you around. Hello. What about this strike, huh? Oh boy. They're all tramps. If they used a quarter of the energy they devote to the protests to do their job. But no. Heard that it'll end quickly, though. Seems that Lobo has infiltrators among the strikers. Oh, I heard that too. I don't know if it's true. What I heard from him sounded like a fib. They said that the infiltrated striker has a scar. Doesn't it look like the kind of vague detail that is typical of a lie? Maybe. Do you think I can have a word with this infiltrator? I mean, so I can congratulate him for his services to the fraternity? We just need to have the guts to search for him at the industrial block. There must be 4 or 5 types there that fit the description. I think the morale of those troublemakers will be low after Lobo Nevez's incredible plan is set into motion. Okay. Who are you? Excuse me, sir. Would you mind answering a few questions? I'd help you if I ever thought I could, lad, but aren't we all damned? Okay. It's a normal thing to say. So we have Lobo, Chris, and Mr. Man here. I feel like Mr. Man is going to be important. It's my freshman hat. How did you find it? I'm an excellent detective. I have my means. I know this is Cottram's work. That old brainless brute. Bet this has something to do with that dissident niece of his. If she ever knew what he did, their bond would be completely shattered. What did he do to earn her disapproval? Well, weren't you the great detective so full of tricks? Fine. It means teaching Cottram a lesson, I'll tell you. That troublemaking niece of Cottram used to bring him letters addressed to Brass. Cottram was never happy about it, so the mail never reached their destination. So Cottram prevented Eva's letters from getting to Mr. Kubas. Très bien. Do what you want with that information. Now, excuse me, I'm off to prove that I belong among the city's elite. See, I'm a member of the fraternity. Get out of my way. Okay. Alright, we got a lot of info. You're still here. I heard you prevented Eva's mail from reaching Mr. Kubas. What the? Did anyone ever tell you that you're one nosy fellow? Very often. What about you? Are you used to swiping other people's letters? Only did what needed to be done. Would never allow that ill-fated relationship to go forward. I knew that at some point Brass would find a way to break my niece's heart. Don't you regret fooling Eva like this? Not giving her a chance to choose on her own? Didn't I always make it clear to her that I was against this relationship? I did. Nowadays, with all that mess that happened, I see I was right from the start. Mr. Cottram, something to say about the third edition of the newspaper The Buzz? The third? But of course. It's the one in which Brass attacked Eva, the coward. Just thinking about the wretchedness he wrote makes my blood boil. If I knew... If you knew? If I knew he would stoop so low, I would have stopped him. Oh yeah? What would you have done? Why, I would have taken care of him. Bet I would have had some good arguments to change his mind. So you would have convinced him with arguments. Interesting. What would they be? Something like a left hook and maybe a right cross would have been enough. Mr. Cottram, it came to my attention that your wife Sabina made a donation through a bad check. Suppose your family savings is a subject you're on par with. Why do you care about my financial situation, huh? My investments are me and my wife's business. But apparently they're not going so great, right? If only Brass weren't so stingy with the inheritance division, we wouldn't be in this situation. And I wouldn't have to run after alternative ways of making quick money. Curse those silver cutlery. What will you use them for now? To eat worm spaghetti? You said cutlery? Yes, they're part of the Kubas family inheritance. They have great value, and that's how the division of assets started to take a bad course. Would have thought that kitchenware would bring so much discord. That doesn't matter anymore. Now I think Sabina will have what she deserves. She needs to go back to high society because that's where she's from. Oh, why am I even telling you this? The donkey. Okay, we need to figure out where he goes. I'm gonna make a guess and go here. So here's the so-called animal games. You smart Alec. But don't attract too much attention. Bets with numbers and animals, I want to check it out. You feeling lucky? Having a string of luck today. All the signs have showed me that the donkey will be drawn. How can you be so sure? Don't give me negative vibes or else I'll know who to blame. The result will come out after 8 p.m. Let's wait. Donkey time? It's the lion. Roar. What? Was it the lion? Can't believe it. I'll still be broke. If I could convince him to bet on the lion, maybe he'd say something about Chris's operations. Told you not to bring me bad luck. Wait, we're getting beat up. But we know what to do tomorrow. Oh, you have news about my sister? And the one to bring us the information this time is Cottram, her husband, that loser. Oh no. What happened? Cottram, always looking for an easy way to make a fortune. I only wish he would put it to good use. What did he say about Sabina? He needs to go back to high society because that's where she's from. Go back. What is this loser saying? Sabina is a Kubas. She'll always be elite. Mark my words, my brother-in-law will die trying to satisfy that ungrateful Sabina. But let's interpret his words. When you talked about that airhead Cottram, mentioned the silver cutlery, didn't he? You know, detective, this is common to all of us. We may even say it is a family matter. Sabina spent hours a day looking for them, with rage in her eyes, maybe. The cutlery was part of the Kubas family heritage. I believe she thought that at least these would be in dispute. But it wasn't the case, and that was the last drop for someone greedy like my sister. Could Sabina's greed have motivated her to kill me after all? With me gone, the inheritance would be hers completely. That would also explain the flattery towards Padre Cabral. He is certainly her confidant. Maybe something more? A fratricide driven by financial gain. A crime as old as time itself. Let's find out whether or not this is true, detective. We're so close now. Okay. We already know the physical characteristics of the person infiltrating the strike, and so that he's always there in the morning. We must interrogate suspects in the industrial block after the strike is over for the day. Try when they're alone. When you have all the information, accuse them. Okay. Well, we can do that. We have one more for her. All right, out we go. This is a markedly personal matter. I could never discuss it in any place other than the privacy of my own home. However, journalist, I find myself without access to the Kubas manor. You help me find it, I would certainly repay the assistance with one of the same size. What do you say? Do my best, Miss Sabina. Use your sources. I trust your nose. I'm sorry for being indiscreet, but I heard you're having financial problems. Is that true? Oh, how absurd. Shouldn't believe in gossip, especially a journalist as yourself. What do you say about the bad check donated to the church? Bad check? That's my husband's doing, that brainless brute. And you? What's your interest in that? Do you want to put me in a bad light in front of society? I don't know and don't want to know how you got that info. But if you dare to publish this, know that you'll have the best lawyer at your door by tomorrow morning. Let's end the subject. Okay. Okay, so we gotta go get the cheese bread. Cheese bread me up, sir. Okay, so we'll quick drop that off with her. Okay. Now we need to go here to the docks, the harbor. Grab the broom. Okie dokie. Use item, use the broom. There, now the lion's all front and center. Okay, we have listened to that. Now we go to the industrial block. We can talk to Eva first. I'd like to ask you about a certain mail, Miss Eva. Letters you would have written to Braskubas. What can you tell me about them? How do you know about these letters? They're personal. What do they matter for your investigation? Their content concerns Brass only, the man they were written to. They may have been written for Kubas, Miss Eva, but the mail never arrived. He never got your letters. Not sure whether you're aware of this, but Kottram, your uncle, stopped them from ever getting to Brass. Kottram always opposed your relationship. Never arrived. That explains some things. Wretch, madman, rogue. How dare Kottram meddle in our relationship like this? The nerve. Suppose he was looking after you. Looking after me, Cottram ought to worry about his own problems. He's got more than enough of them. See whether he'll like it if I meddle in his private affairs. Cottram is drowning in debt, Detective. He recently received an ultimatum from the company that was hired to chase him down. And I thought I had problems. These debts are the biggest proof of his lack of control. You want to know, Cottram may be a big man, but he was never a great man. My uncle could have done something to Bros. He doesn't have the brains, but he's strong enough to have done so. Believe you, Miss Eva. Thank you for the information. Okay, we gotta investigate that. That's all we have for now. Leave. Maybe I'll Eva. Well, Detective, it was nice chatting with you, but duty calls. Okay. Let's just fast forward. They'll do their strike. Okay. Need to ask you some questions, okay? Do I look like I'm an information desk clerk? In fact, I heard of an infiltrator into the strike, and the description matches your characteristics. Scars, black beret. Scars and workers are almost inseparable here. But not for Manuel, who has always been very careful. Now, black beret, this is new one of mine, is for those who are stylish or attentive to their belongings, unlike foolish. Alright. Let a seagull steal his. Ha ha ha. Need to question other suspects. Well, so far, we'll see. Excuse me, could you answer some questions? Get off my back. I like people like you. Hey buddy, help me. You have a friendly face, despite the scar, of course. To begin with, I have no scar. This is a grease stain. I'm not as careless as the others. Have you noticed anything different among the strikers lately? Even if I knew something, I'd never tell you. I'm trying to find out if there's an infiltrator among the strikers. Why should I trust you? How can I be sure that you're not the infiltrator? Maybe it's Geraldo. That loser always wakes up late and never comes here in the morning. For someone who didn't want to say anything, you've helped me a lot. Thank you. Need to question the other suspects. So, not Geraldo then. There's something suspicious about you. Come on, tell me the truth. You're the infiltrator, aren't you? What? Don't you feel remorse? Evo's counting on you. Ha, alright. Do you think this ridiculous intimidation will work on me? Did Cosme send you over here? Always carrying on intrigue. That man came out of nowhere and always accuses others of something they didn't do. Cosme? Not sure if I should believe you. If you like, I need to question other suspects. Searching for a man infiltrated by Lobo Nevez's into Eva's movement. Anything to say? Not a role model. I even have a hard time waking up in the morning, but selling myself to the enemy, never. If you're looking for a snitch, find someone else. I won't accuse any of my fellows. So you're not here in the morning. No, I wasn't. I need to be more like Louise, who is always present and on time. Excuse me, could you answer some questions? Feel free to do that, buddy. What do you have to say about the infiltrator? Infiltrator? Yes, I heard that unlike you, he wears a black beret. You know who he could be? Let's see. Looking for a traitor of the movement, talk to Geraldo. Always suspected him since he joined our cause. Doesn't speak our language, you know? Fine, thank you for sharing information. I already have all the information. Now I need to go see Eva and reveal the infiltrator's identity. Girl, I don't know. Okay, so it's not Geraldo. Okay, he doesn't even have a scar. It's a grease stain. I'm kind of leaning towards him. Mr. Kajam, I have a guess for your bet that can't go wrong. Bet on the lion, you'll come out with full pockets. Why would I trust a guy that looks like a cop? You want to win the prize, you'll need to trust me, believe me. So convince me not to bet on the donkey. Need to trust. Luck doesn't work like that. Need to see the signs to believe it. Nothing's happened so far that would make me change my mind. Signs? Donkey will be the lucky guess. Didn't anyone talk to you about a key today? Yeah, Sabino's making a huge fuss because of it. Did she tell you the key is adorned with the head of a specific animal? Why that of a lion? A lion, Can you see it? Luck is knocking at your door. Let's see. What? Was it the lion? Can't believe it. I'll still be broke. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll just have to be there tomorrow. Pleasure to see you, Miss Kubas. I have a few more questions. Well, if it isn't the reporter, is there any info left for the article? Dear gentlemen, I appreciate your kindness in meeting me with the key to the Kubas's matter, but discussing the family matter of this nature is something very private. If you're able to visit me in my new residence, I'll be delighted to give you exclusive on any subject that interests you, even the cutlery matter. Very well, Miss Sabina. We'll continue our conversation there. Okay. We just gotta win a little bit more. What a happy marriage. And he didn't even go home. Very well, Mr. Journalist. But be quick, I have much to do around here. I mean, my servants do. Miss Sabina. Let's come clean about a matter once and for all. Should be very well, since I'm referring to the silver cutlery that are a Kubas's heirloom. The cutlery? Oh dear God, they are just simple kitchenware. Certainly not. They were delicately made from the finest silver. They're worth a fortune. Kind that can create disagreements between familial bond. How dare you? I would never do anything to anyone, much less for money or possessions. Greed is a sin. My dedication was always towards my faith. That's true, but Miss Virgilia, while referring to you, said, her interests have always surpassed religion. That unqualified Virgilia. My actions are aimed solely at loving my neighbors. Without any personal interest, do you understand? Commendable trait, Miss Sabina. And would loving your neighbor explain maybe why your necklace was found with Padre Cabral, along with your picture? Know your place. Who do you think you are, you insolent? You want to know, I attached the picture only so Padre Cabral could identify the source of the donation for registration purposes. So there's not a drop of desire to be noted for Padre Cabral. After all, churches don't pay taxes. Are you sure you don't have any interests beyond faith? There's nothing beyond faith. How dare you? Padre Cabral is an unshakable man. No one could divert him from the right path. Maybe someone who knew how to reveal his true interests would be able to. Talked with Padre Cabral and he told me himself the following about you. How can I say no to someone with such devotion? Dear reporter, you're leaving me with nowhere to put my face. In terms of devotion, I have always acted as expected of a lady of my renown and lineage. Leave me alone. Don't you have enough material already? What do you want? I'm just getting started. You present yourself as a lady of renown and lineage, right? Of course. I'm a Kubas. And I could reward you very well. Not so sure about that, Miss Kubas. After all, Padre Cabral, to whom you gave so much, confided to me that a check donated to the church had no funds. No funds. Impossible. Are you sure about that information? How decadent. From what I know, the check came from a person from the elite, bankrupt and away from high society. It was Katram, your own husband, who said to me, referring to you, she needs to go back to high society because that's where she's from. What do you think about this? Dear reporter, this has gone too far. I don't have any means to continue. I'll find out your newspaper editor's name and make sure he fires you. As you wish, ma'am. There's only one problem. I'm not a reporter. I'm a detective hired by your brother, Bras Kubas. It's clear you've never been satisfied with the little you've inherited. And also, all your efforts to live and remain in high society were solely backed by romantic interest in Padre Cabral, man of the clergy. And the death of Bras would make you the only heir to the Kubas family. With that, your ambitions would be fully achieved. Imagine that, all the fortune of the Kubas family. Therefore, it is my professional obligation to ask you, was it you who killed Bras Kubas? Would you have the courage to kill your own brother? Well, I'll be damned. Never figured you for much, you phony little reporter. But keep your sensationalism for someone else. You want to report me? Better come very well prepared. After all, I am Mrs. Kubas, the heir of all the fortune. Who will have enough to do something against me? To hell with all those damn silver cutlery. With all the money that should have always been mine. Now I have what's rightfully mine and I'll have the attention I deserve. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow your face will be stamped on the cover of every newspaper on Rio for the murder of Bras Kubas. Therefore, I have no other option than to... Hey, little brother, I just had an idea. Had to rush over to tell you. What do you think about a family dinner? Kind of dinner party only the Kubas family knows how to throw. Sabina, do you know what time it is? See? Obviously, for an event like this, we would need relics from the house. For example, the Kubas silver cutlery would definitely be essential. Sabina, what a... Where is it anyway? If it's dusty, I can clean it. It's no trouble at all. Sabina, what foolishness. You know very well that these utensils were the cause of all the discord. Forget the dinner idea. I don't think it's beneath you to host a dinner party just to get your hands on that cursed cutlery. Bras, you, how dare you? Think that I, a God-fearing woman, would plan something so greedy? But you should know that God is watching. He punishes greedy, petty people like you in life. Oh, if regret could kill, I shouldn't have come here. Very well, detective. Let's finish this plot. So, did you confront Sabina, detective? What were her words exactly? Now I have what is rightfully mine, and I'll have the attention I deserve. Unbelievable. Her narcissism and insatiable thirst for the spotlight remain unquenched. I've always been great for her. I didn't deserve to be stabbed in the back like that. That the Kubas's inheritance was rightfully mine, I believe we all knew, but for Sabina to think she was more deserving than I? Padre and I knew full well that the moment Sabina laid claim to the family inheritance, she would squander it all on that second-rate church. And for what, pray tell? A handful of confetti from the pompous cabral? I would dearly like to know what Cottram thinks of the sins murmured into the priest's ear inside that confessional. Round of applause for you, Sabina Kubas. Managed to provoke a dead man. Whether or not you were the one to end my life, discovering your true feelings towards me would have carved a wound in my heart. We've reached the end of this story, didn't we? We still don't know who is guilty of my murder, but no matter. As you know, this is how investigations go. Let's do it this way. We'll continue some other time. Need to gather my thoughts before we take another step. Till I see you again, detective. Okay. So we finished 2 plot lines today. Alright. So we finished 2 plot lines today. We'll go talk to Eva. Or maybe we should talk to Cottram. Either way, those will probably be the next 2 we work on. So, thank y'all so much for watching. I had fun. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see y'all back here tonight at 7 p.m. Central for some more Paradise Killer. Alright, gang. I will see y'all back here then. Bye, gang. Love y'all.